Hello viewers, Would-Be Ben here with another Bronco video. On a previous video, we showed how we converted our Bronco into a towed, that is a tow-behind vehicle for our RV. We installed lighting, wiring, and an auxiliary braking system. In this video, we'll show what it takes to hook up the Bronco and to do a flat tow successfully with it. It's critically important to understand that you can't just flat tow any vehicle. Modern day vehicles have complicated drive systems. The transmissions and other drive components need to be adequately lubricated to protect them. It is quite easy to cause catastrophic damage to your vehicle's transmission by flat towing it if it's not specifically designed to be able to do so. The 6th generation Ford Bronco was specifically designed with flat towing in mind, but that does not mean that it's easy to get it into that configuration. So let's take a look at what it takes to properly flat tow a Ford Bronco safely. Well, now let's see about hooking up our Bronco as a towed. First, we positioned ourselves behind the RV and we put this into park, but we're not going to set the parking brake. We're going to shut down the Bronco, and now we're going to exit. Now we bring the Bronco and RV close enough together for the tow bar arms to reach. This is a Kurt Rambler tow bar inserted into our hitch receiver. We actually added a 4-inch step-up adapter to bring this closer to the level of the tow eyes on the Bronco. In order to make this tow bar compatible with the Bronco, we swapped out the very end piece on the tow bar for one specifically designed for the Bronco's steel modular bumper. It's a very simple modification, and we'll put the part numbers for the tow bar and for the adapters in the description below. Okay, so let's make the mechanical connection between the RV and the Bronco using this tow bar. First, we're going to swing the arms up to unlock them and then drop them down. I'm going to pull the retainer safety pin off of here and pull the pin out. Now there's little levers here. If you lift up on them, the arms move freely so that we can reach out and get to where the hole is in the bumper here. So we just line up the holes and push the pin in. And then we'll use our safety pin here to keep that in place. We'll repeat with the other arm. So we'll take the keeper off of there, pull a pin out, lift this up to extend the arm. Line the holes, put the pin through there, and put the keeper on. So that has made our basic connection here. The Bronco's parking brake isn't set, and the Bronco is, the transmission is in park. Before we do anything else, we need to switch the Bronco into neutral tow mode, so that the transmission is completely disconnected from the drive wheels. So let's put this Bronco into neutral tow mode. First we'll open up the door here, and we're gonna step inside, and we're gonna turn on the accessory functions by pushing the engine start button without a foot on the brake pedals. So now we are in accessory function. I'm going to press OK here on the steering wheel to acknowledge that. All right, now we're going to have to put our foot on the brake pedal and hold it for 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007. And now we're going to shift into neutral using the shifter here. And confirm that on the display here. We also want to make sure that we're in two-wheel high on this button here, which we are two-wheel high. Now we're going to go to the menu button here. And in the dashboard menus here, we're going to scroll down to the bottom here to settings, select OK. Now we're going to go scroll down to neutral tow, press OK. And now we have to push and hold the OK button. And now it says initialization complete. 4x4 shift in progress. Neutral tow enabled, leave transmission in neutral. So we have the neutral transmission is in neutral, and now all we have to do is power down here. So we're going to take our foot off the brake pedal. And when we take our foot off the brake pedal, we get a couple messages here. Pre-collision assist not available, and neutral tow, leave transmission in neutral, and check brake system. So I'm going to say OK. Say OK to that. And we should be able to shut her down now. So I'm going to push the power button here with my foot off the brake. And so now we have a message saying that we are in neutral tow. So we can open the door. And we should be in neutral tow now. Now that the Bronco is securely hooked up to the RV, the parking brakes are off and the transmission is in neutral tow mode. Now we need to finish making our connections here. First thing to do is to put our safety chains on. So one end will clip to the RV side, and we're going to cross over to the opposite side here. And I'm going to use these big shackles here. I'm going to take this rubber piece of plastic off of here because we don't need that for this. I'm going to open this up. Now I've got the safety chain hooked up to a quick link here because the opening of this safety chain just happens to be barely 3/4 of an inch, and the diameter of this is 3/4 of an inch. So it's kind of a tight fit, but this way everything clips on there very easily. Now we'll put this in the D-ring below where we've got the Bronco tied in. And it might have been easier to put these shackles on before we hooked up the Bronco, but anyways, it is what it is. Okay, and we'll do that with the other safety chain. We have our safety chains. They're actually crossed underneath the tow bar here. Now we have an electrical umbilical with a 7-pin connector on one end, 6-pin on the other. 7-pin goes to the RV, 6-pin end goes into the Bronco. And last but not least, we have a breakaway tether, which will connect between the RV and our breakaway switch here. So that pretty much completes the mechanical and electrical connections now between the two vehicles. Before we begin towing, we're going to turn on the accessory braking system. Okay, we're ready to turn on the accessory braking system. We're going to open the door here. And we get a confirmation that neutral tow mode is enabled. Transmission is in neutral. There's no indication that the parking brake is set. So down below here, our G-force controller, we're going to flip this to the on position. That should activate our brake, accessory brakes. We can do a test now by pulling out the breakaway switch and make sure that we can hear the air compressor running and the brake pedal being pulled down. Okay, we're going to test our accessory braking system here by pulling out the breakaway switch. And we can hear the air compressor running, which is activating the brake pedal. Let's take a look at the brake pedal. And we can see that the brake pedal is pulled down and that cable is taut. So our accessory braking system is working. Now that we've confirmed that the accessory braking system is working, we're going to put our breakaway switch back. And we should be ready to pull forward. Now these tow arms are not extended fully. This one may be extended fully because this lever has dropped down. But when we pull forward far enough, this one will lock down, will also drop down and lock in the fully forward and locked position. When you pull forward, have a spotter watch the car to make sure that all the wheels are turning and that there are no strange noises. We have driven forward a little bit and wiggled a little bit left and right, which caused both of these arms to extend fully, and now both are in the locked position with the handles both in the down position. So this looks good, and we have tested our trailering lights. We'll just take it for around the block. So wireless coach link appears to be working just fine. Now to disconnect the toad, we're going to reverse the process basically. Going to open up the Bronco here. And we see we still get the notification that we are in neutral tow mode. But the first thing we're going to do is come down here. We're going to turn off the accessory braking system. And now we're going to take this out of neutral tow mode. To do this, we come inside. We put this into accessory mode by hitting the start button. And now we're going to put our foot on the brake. 1, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007. And now we're going to take the shifter and we're going to shift into park. And there was a little bit of a delay there from when the shifter knob went forward to when it actually went into park. But now we can see, we'll acknowledge the brake system, accessories, and we are no longer in neutral tow mode. So now I've got my foot on the brake pedal here. Let me take my foot off the brake pedal. And I'm going to set the parking brake. And now the parking brake is on. So we are currently in park and we have the parking brake set. Now we can shut off the vehicle and exit the vehicle so that we can disconnect the RV and the Bronco. So we're going to disconnect now. This is just the reverse from when we hooked up. Remove the breakaway tether. We're going to disconnect the electrical umbilical, and we're going to undo the safety chains. Now we're going to disconnect here. We're going to lift up to unlock here. So we want to loosen both of those up so there's a little bit of play. We'll undo the pins here. Put that back in there just for safekeeping. Keeper. Pin. Okay. Now these arms can rotate up and down into their stowed positions. So we are now disconnected. I'm going to remove these shackles just so they don't have to rattle around and make noise. And with everything disconnected now, we're going to just back the Bronco away to confirm that the transaxle is back in gear. So that's how you safely and successfully flat tow a Ford Bronco. I hope you found this video to be useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Whidbey Ben signing off. Bye-bye.